Now to our coverage of guns in America. Houston, Texas is combating a 2-year surge in gun violence on top of drought and power concerns because of all of that record-setting summer heat.
Let's bring in now the Democratic mayor. Oh, there he is, that great city of Houston. There he is, Sylvester Turner. Mr. Mayor, good to have you here with us. Let's start with this the gun buyback program. A lot of cities are experiencing gun violence and have seen surges. But the gun buyback programs, a lot of research will tell you they don't do anything about bringing down gun violence. What can you point to that the program works to actually not just collect some guns, but to actually bring down the gun violence problem?
Well, let me start off by saying good afternoon to Amy and to you, TJ. And look, it's not just one initiative. We put forth in February of this year an initiative called One Safe Houston, and it's a part of supporting our police department. Adding 125 police officers more a day through our overtime initiative. So it's adding more police, it's providing more technology, it's dealing with crisis prevention, intervention, and diversion. It's our reentry program for people coming out of our criminal justice system. And then it's about a community initiative. The gun buyback program is one of several. It's $1 million that I've allocated out of $53 million to the One Safe Houston initiative. So you have to look at it collectively. In terms of the response that we had a few weeks ago, I will tell you it was overwhelming. It was supposed to have been from 8 to 12. We ended up having to cut it off at about 7 p.m. More than 845 guns were turned in, and we gave priority vouchers to 150 other cars that we had to turn away because we couldn't get to it. So I think that if we took one gun off the street that could have been used in seriously injuring or killing someone, then the program, the initiative was worth it.
Yeah, and Mayor, I want to ask specifically about if you have any sort of way to gauge the effectiveness. I know you just launched this earlier in the year, but have you seen a change in the crime rate? What do you want to see?
Well, let me just tell you, we had people who came, mothers, for example, who came and said, look, I have too many guns in this house, and I don't want them stolen and then used by someone else, or I don't want any of my children or their friends to come and act and get a hold of these guns and end up seriously injuring themselves. We had people who came and turned in automatics who said, look, because of inflation and everything else, I need the money more so than this gun right now. 2 or 3 months down the road, he said, it might be different. And so those guns were removed. In the state of Texas, what we know, there are way, way too many guns. And people can access these guns better than they can access going to vote. And so anything that we can do to draw attention to the fact that there are way too many guns, and guns are the leading cause of death of our children in this country. And if we can remove 845 plus guns, as we did 2 weekends ago on that Saturday morning, then this program is worth it. And I will tell you, it was one way that the community could participate in doing something to address public safety. And we plan on doing at least 2 others in the city over the next 2 to 3 months.
Is that more so a lot of what this program can be about? You talk about the number of guns you got off the streets, or people didn't want them in their homes, but is this a matter of your citizens, about community engagement, that the citizens can actually feel like they are contributing in some way to a problem in Houston and other major cities?
An excellent question. It's about all of that and more. It's important for people to recognize that creating a safe city is not just about police. Law enforcement cannot do it alone. And even though we have provided $10.7 million in overtime for additional police, they can't do it alone. It's not just about the technology. The community has to be an active participant in terms of creating a very safe city. And people want to participate, and you have to give them an opportunity to participate. And then bear in mind, in the state of Texas, the legislature last year implemented what we call House Bill 1927, where people can carry guns. There's no permit or license required, no training. And so it has created this environment that really glorifies guns. And people want to feel it, they want to be a part of the solution. And so the gun buyback program allowed people who have guns, this was a voluntary relinquishment initiative. And let me underscore this. This is where the people themselves voluntarily brought their guns to us, and they were working in collaboration with the police, with our faith-based community, with our community activists and leaders, and then the people themselves.
Well, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner, thank you so much for your time. We know you are a busy man, so we appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.